to all the women over 40, let me tell you something. You didn't lose your magic. You didn't stop being a witch. You just had to put it to one side for a while because life got loud. Careers, kids, caring about everybody and putting yourself on the back burner. But now there's that quiet ache that you have been feeling, right? And what you have been feeling is not nostalgia, it is your soul calling. It is calling you to come back to what is real, what is ancient, what is unapologetically yours. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing why witchcraft after 40 is more powerful than ever and how this return isn't just personal, it is part of something much bigger. So if you're ready to reclaim that part of you that you were told to dim or told to deny, then this video is for you. Hey everybody, welcome to the Wild and Untamed Way. I'm Emma Louise Dyson, earth medicine woman, shamanic witch, feral rebel, and the founder of Wild and Untamed. And in this space, we welcome witches and seekers and wild souls who are ready to live in rhythm with the changing of the seasons and the elements and the truth of who they really are. And here we talk witchcraft that is real, witchcraft that is lived, not something you dress up for once a month, but something that is rooted in your bones. And today I want to speak directly to the women who've lived a lot of life, the ones who've held it all together, the kids, the job, the aging parents, the endless to-do list, and somewhere in all of that, the ones that have quietly kind of packed their magic away. So this isn't a video about getting it back like it's something that you've lost. It's about giving yourself permission to let it just rise now in a way that fits who you are today, not who you used to be. So in a way that is more grounded, more fierce, more honest, because the witch you are now, she doesn't need approval. She just needs some truth. So if this speaks to something inside you, like, I don't know, it's kind of hit a nerve, then make sure you hit the like and the subscribe and come and be part of this Wild and Untamed community. We are not here to fit in, right? We are the feral rebels. Well, I am. We're here to remember who the hell we are. So with that said, let's get into it. Now, there's this moment that happens for so many of us, not all at once, but kind of slowly over time. The candles gather dust, the moon cycles pass without notice, the altar gets packed away to make room for school letters and paperwork or the mess that just seems to never end. And it's not because you stopped believing, it's because the bandwidth simply wasn't there anymore. And for a lot of women, stepping away from magic wasn't actually a conscious decision. It was the consequence of life becoming too full, too loud, too demanding. And when you're holding up a household and you're navigating your career, you're raising children, recovering from all of the trauma that we have experienced during our lives, or you are just simply trying to stay afloat, the quiet rituals of witchcraft can feel like a luxury that you no longer have the energy for. But something is shifting now. And it's not just in your personal life, it's in the collective. We are moving through a kind of spiritual contraction and expansion all at once. The old structures are cracking. Time feels strange, like everything is really accelerated. And there's this quiet, pulsing call beneath all of it to come back to earth, to the body, to something that is ancient and real. And I don't know if you are feeling it, but me, I am feeling this in abundance. So you might have more capacity now. Yes, absolutely. But the call that you're feeling isn't because the house is quieter or the kids have grown. It is deeper than that. It is cellular. It is ancestral. It's the new earth energy rising and your soul recognizing that you have a role to play in all of this. The witches, the healers, the wild women, we are being activated. So this isn't a return to who you were before. It is a return to who you came here to be. And there's a reason that this is happening now. It's not just that you've lived more, although you have. It's not just that your nervous system is tired of the noise, although, oh my gosh, it absolutely is. It's that something in the world is shifting and your body can feel it. And there's a rising happening, a remembering. And midlife seems to be this portal because you're not who you were in your 20s. So casting spells for love and luck, right, is not necessarily what you want to do now. You've lost, you've risen, you've carried others, you've broken open, you've kept going. And those experiences, they really shape your magic. They really give it weight. So you don't need big rituals anymore, although I do love a big ritual. What you really need is truth. And this is the season where your practice stops being something that you do and it becomes something that you live and experience. The cup of tea stirred with intention, the way you speak to your plants in the garden or in the house without even thinking about it. The moment you say no and you actually mean it, like these are spells now. And you're not the only one that is feeling it, because all around the world, women are waking up. Women are waking up to all the things that they've been told. Women who were told that they were too much or too sensitive or too angry or too wild, suddenly they're hearing this call and they're stepping back into their magic, to the wildness within them, with dirt under their nails and with this deep kind of like, I don't know, let's just screw it and let's go, this energy in their chest. And it's collective and it's cosmic and it isn't just personal, it's ancestral. And the archetype of the wise, wild woman is returning, not just as a symbol, but as a lived presence in your body, in your words, in your work. And whether you're teaching others or you are just reclaiming this part for yourself, it really matters right now, because your healing ripples through your lineage. It ripples forwards and it ripples backwards. And I'm covered in goosebumps saying that. Your rituals become blueprints for the women around you. And your return and your openness about your practice, it gives others permission to begin in theirs or to reclaim theirs. So don't worry about being late. You're right on time, because this isn't about going backwards to who we were. It is about finally coming home. So with all of that said, let's talk about what this can actually look like and some of the ways that you can bring your practice back in a way that is rooted and relevant and deeply nourishing. We love that. So although life is busy and we often feel overwhelmed, you can do something every single day to bring in your magical practice, even if it is small. And I've shared a whole video on magical mornings, and I will link that below. Really simple things you can do, like, stirring your intentions into your tea or your coffee, or writing sigils on your body with your moisturizer after you've got out of the shower. Like really simple, easy practices that don't feel overwhelming or stressful. My neurospicy brain cannot deal with all of this pressure that is often put on us. But alongside these kind of everyday moments, it can also be really powerful to create what I call seasonal anchors. So I want you to think of these as ritual touchstones. So one deeper act of devotion or connection you return to each season. And that really roots you into the energy of the wheel of the year and of the changing of the seasons. So that might look like tending to a fire bowl at the solstice, or creating yourself a ritual bath with rose and mugwort at Samhain. Or it might be clearing your home with smoke and sound at Imbolc. It might be writing a single intention under the new moon each month and then watching it unfold. And you know what? These rituals, they don't need to be complicated, but they just need to feel true to you. So choose ones that really honor your seasons of your life, whether that be emotionally, energetically, or physically. And don't get bogged down with all of the things you feel like you should be doing. Just make it simple and manageable. Number 2, work with your nervous system and not against this. This is something that I am still tuning into and working with every single day. Your magic is most powerful when your body feels safe. So if you are burnt out, if you are dysregulated, start with something very simple like grounding, and do this every day. Seriously, it is going to change your life. You could just go outside and stand with your bare feet on the ground, which is beautiful. But what I like to do is place a heavy crystal, something like hematite or smoky quartz, place it on your chest or on your womb space. Lie on the earth if you can, or just in your space. And just breathe, and breathe with the land. You can even imagine roots growing down into Mother Earth, but whatever works for you, keep it simple. You can also use herbs like oat straw, ashwagandha, passion flower to really support your adrenals. And remember, this is spell work. Regulation is spell work. So bringing that into your practice daily is not only going to help to regulate your nervous system, but it's also going to bring in those elements of magic back into your life. Number 3, let your altar evolve, and let it evolve with your actual life. So you don't need to dust off some kind of static shrine. Instead, you can build a living altar, something that you interact with. And that might be a corner of your kitchen where you keep your herbs and spices, or your stones, and a candle for your ancestors. It might be something as simple as a notebook next to your bed where you track your dreams or signs or synchronicities. What really matters is that it reflects where you are now, not who you used to be. So really kind of think about how you can just add these little magical spaces into your home that feel intuitive and real and natural and not forced. Number 4, track your intuitive cycles. Now, if you still bleed, obviously you can work with your cycle, but if your bleed has changed or it has stopped, your body still moves with rhythms, right? So track your emotional tides, your energy dips, the flashes of insight that you get. Notice where you feel most psychic, most expressive, or most inward. And you don't need a fixed cycle to be in sync with the moon, right? You are a cycle. So take some time to learn your own and really tune into that. Number 5, one of my favorite things to do, speak aloud and often. whether it is an invocation or a boundary or a prayer or like a to the world, like just speak it out loud. There is real power in using your voice. There is real power in saying things out loud, even if it is just to the air. Sometimes I go outside and I just rah. I don't know what the neighbors think. I don't really care, but it is using our voice, especially when no one's listening. Midlife brings truth to the surface. So don't keep your truth trapped in your voice. Vocalize it. Go outside, speak to your plants, speak to the birds, let it out. And finally, number 6, choose depth over aesthetics. Now, I love something that looks beautiful and wonderful. I admire these people that take all of this time to create these beautiful Instagram-worthy reels and photos. But I don't always have the bandwidth for that. And sometimes I put pressure on myself because my content doesn't look like, you know, some of these beautifully curated pieces. Another thing is around tools and things that we use in our practice. So my advice to you is, instead of collecting tools, deepen your relationship with one. Some people say to me, I don't know where to start when it comes to my practice. And it can be overwhelming, learning all the herbs and the crystals and all of those things. So start with one plant. What is in your garden? What is in your space right now that you feel connected to, that you appreciate? Start with that, right? One stone, one crystal. Maybe you place all of your tumblestones in a bowl near the door, and as you walk out, you grab one, pop it in your bra or in your pocket, spend the day with it, feel its energy, and when you get home, do a bit of research into that one stone. So one plant, one stone, one guide, one practice. Let it teach you. Let it become a companion, not a commodity, right? This is the kind of magic that transforms you, right? So have a look at what you already have. You don't need to collect more, and deepen your connections with what you already have. And if you're feeling this pull to return to your magic, please just trust it. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It just has to feel like you. And if you're still carrying old attachments to people, to conversations, past versions of yourself, like that is part of the work too. I don't know if you resonate with this, but 20 years ago when I had an argument with somebody and I wished I'd had said XYZ to them, that still plays out in my mind. Do you have those moments? Yeah. Magic isn't about just calling in things. It's also about cutting ties that keep us tangled. The things that you replay in your head, the words you never said, the relationships you're still holding in your energy, even if they ended years ago. That is also magic. And if that resonates, grab my free cord cutting ritual bundle. I'll walk you through a very simple process and a practice. There's a guided meditation. There is a full moon ritual. I'm recording this on the full moon. And there's also a workbook, and it can really help you to clear what's no longer yours so you can call back your energy and put that into your practice. I will link it below. And finally, if this has landed with you, if this resonates with you, please like this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, come and be part of this Wild and Untamed community. There's a real power in returning to your magic, and it starts right here. Thanks so much for joining me today. Stay cool, won't you? And I'll see you in the next video.